I think the stars above, I know that we're gonna make it.
Gonna take what we got, we gon' make it. Show the world that I shine in our greatness. Keep it real, never gon' fake this. Till we make it, till we make it. Taking off, flying high like a spaceship. Take control, take a shot, what you waiting for? Keep it real, never gon' fake this. Till we make it, till we make it. Second verse, I'm telling you I'm ready to go, letting you know.
Morning everybody, back out here in the garage messing around. Don't really have any truck content for today, although I do have parts laying everywhere. It's been kind of cold outside, and I gotta go pick up my filters and stuff. I'm gonna do the fill filters on the truck. I think they're down to like 25% right now or whatever, but as it's getting colder, I want to get those filters changed out so I can start running the cold weather additives in the truck to keep that fuel from gelling up in the winter time. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot out later and go to the dealer probably and pick up the filters for it, and then I'm gonna shoot a video of me changing out those fuel filters. I've never done it before, so it should be interesting. I've kind of checked out a couple videos on how it's got to get done, and the Rams have two, so they got one on the right side of the truck in the back, just inside the frame rail there, and then obviously, and I believe that one is the like the water separator filter, and then there's one under the hood on the left hand side on the driver's side, and that's the actual fill filter. So I'm gonna go get those picked up, and hopefully they have them in stock and I don't have to order them. And I'm gonna shoot a video of getting those knocked out here pretty soon. Something a little bit different here today though, getting my bow all tuned up. October 15th, somewhere in there, I'll be headed up to the property to do a little bow hunting this season. I didn't get a chance to go and do it last year. I was too busy with everything with work going on and stuff like that, so really looking forward to it. But got everything tuned up on the bow. The only thing I don't have is some arrows. So, I mean, I got some, but I don't have the good ones that I want to take hunting with me. So I've never done this before, so I'm gonna shoot a video. Maybe some of y'all have done it. I don't know, but this is gonna be something a little different for me. And that is, I'm going to fletch my own arrows. So I'm gonna try to get the camera set up here, and this is what they're gonna come out like. This is two of the leftover ones that I have that I practice with. So is that focusing? Yeah, it looks like it's focusing. So I've never done this before. I got these arrows from my buddy. I bought this bow from my buddy a few years back. He wanted to get a brand new one, and this is the Solo Cam Z7 Matthews here. I always wanted a Matthews. Man, this thing shoots good. I know it's an older bow. I just got a new peep tied into it. I had him check my rest out here, the drop away rest. I had him check that out, make sure everything was good with that. The sight's dead on. He did do a little bit of adjustment on it as far as tuning it and making sure everything was where it was supposed to be. So I am going to have to take some shots and make sure that my sight is still on, and it shouldn't be that far off, but we'll do that after we get these arrows set up. I want to make sure that these arrows are going to work for me. So let me get this camera set up here and pointing down, and we'll see if we can't get some of these arrows fletched here. Never done this before, like I said. I looked everywhere for fletching glue. I went to all the different sports you know, sports outlet stores around me. Man, I even went to like Tractor Supply and stuff, and I couldn't really find any fletching glue. But everything that I read said that you can use like a really good super glue. It'll do just the same thing and work just as good. So I'm gonna try it out. The worst thing that can happen is they freaking fall off when I shoot them out of the bow, and then I'll just have to redo them, I guess. But we're gonna give them a shot anyway and get myself set up to go up here in the middle of October and hopefully get some more meat for the freezer. So let me get this camera set up, and I'll walk you guys on how I was showed how to do this, and we'll see how it comes out. All right guys, hopefully you can see this good enough. So here's the arrows that we're working with, and these are the Gold Tip Pro Hunters. Pretty good arrows. I've been shooting these for the last couple of years, and this is the last 6 that I have that are kind of already set up. They got the inserts in them already, and got the nocks and stuff in them. So basically what you want to do, there's 3 settings on this. So that'll be your first fletch. Once you get that one glued on, let the glue sit up a little bit, you'll roll it, and there's a detent in there you'll feel click into place. That's where you'll glue your second fletch on, and then you'll roll it again until the 3rd detent, and that'll be your 3rd fletch that you put on there. So get that back to where it's set up. Set your arrow in there and get it all lined up. There's a little dealio in there where your nock sits right down inside of it, and the arrow sits right in there like that. Now this is a right twist, I believe is what they called, and you got to forgive me because I'm a little new at this still, but this is a right twist fletch thing here. See how it says right there on it? So the fletches are going to be curved to the right as you put them on. I can't tell you what that does for the arrow. I'm just getting into all this stuff. As I said, I got this set up for my buddy. He said he's done all these arrows like that. That's the way he sets all of them up, and the way he explained it to me was that it's supposed to help the arrows spin and fly straighter. Some guys do it to the right, some guys do it to the left, and there are actually setups where you can put them all straight on, and I think he had all 3 setups, to be honest with you. But he says he's always had good luck with doing the right like that, so that's what we're gonna do. So this thing, as you can see, it's got lines on it, and he said to put it right on that line there. I don't know, can you guys see that? It's like measurements there, okay, and start all of them there, and then when you put this down onto the arrow, obviously the back's got to be touching, and this is magnetized, and then you just slide it down on the arrow, you know, push it down as tight as it'll go, and then you just let the glue set up like that for a little while. So you got to find a good glue that'll set up pretty quickly, otherwise you're going to be here for forever fletching arrows doing this. So let me get some glue on this thing. We'll get it set up and see if it sticks, and then we'll go from there. Pull this bad boy back off, make sure your arrow's in there, and get my glue opened up over here. Pretty excited about this. Be pretty cool to actually take down a deer with some arrows that I actually set up myself. This is like gel type glue. Some of these arrows had fletches on them already last night, and I cut them all off and cleaned the arrows all up because they didn't look very good. And it says be generous, so make sure all your stuff's tight. Slide that bad boy down, it's touching in the back, and we should be golden right there. Now he also told me that once you get this on there and get it set into place, and you get your 3 fletches on the arrow, he also told me to, when we pull it back out, to put a dab of glue. Let me see if you guys can see that. I think you can see that. But at the end of each fletch, where it's going to be flying in the air, you don't want anything getting under there pulling it up. So he said he would always put a dab of glue, an extra dab of glue, right on the end of the fletch there. So, and these arrows fly true. These are 2 of the ones, like I said, I've been practicing with, and they're pretty good. Fly straight and to the point. So, all right, we're gonna let that sit up for a little bit. I should only take it a minute or 2, and then we'll pull the clamp off and see what we got. I'm just hoping this glue works pretty good on this carbon here for these arrows. It should, and we'll go from there. All right, stand by. Let's see how this stuff turns out. Alright guys, I kind of got you turned around here. I actually shot video of me doing the second fletch, but doesn't have any audio in it, so we're going to try this again. So basically I got the first one glued on like I showed you. That one's kind of set up in place, still drying. I got the second one glued on, so I rotated this to the next detent, put some glue on the next fletch, and glued it into place. Now I should be able to do that, pull that right off. Oh, let me stop my thing from moving here. And there's your second fletch, just like that. So I'm going to do one white and two blues on each, and then we can rotate this, and you should be able to see how that's got a right twist to it. Rotate that just like that. I kind of been cleaning up this excess glue off the edges there, kind of make it look a little cleaner and neater. And that fletch is set in place. So we got one more blue to do, and this is pretty simple. This is pretty simple. So you got your, I hope you guys can see that, maybe it's too dark, but you got your different graduations on here. So what we've been doing, or what I've been doing I should say, is you get this set in there, and we want them all to be in the same spot. So I got it set on that second graduation there. You just slide it in there so it's clamped in tight, just like that. Take your bottle of glue. I think I got a little bit too much glue on those first ones, so I don't know, this bottle's kind of hard to squeeze out. And this is like this is just Gorilla Glue, Crazy Glue, the gel stuff. And we're gonna put a bead of glue right along that fletch there, just like that. Put our cap back on, and then set this thing right into place. I'm trying to work over top of the camera now so y'all can see this. So I got it stuck to the magnet just like that. I got it pushed all the way back so the back piece is touching back here. Make sure your arrow, don't knock your arrow out of there. And then I'm just sliding it down to where it touches the arrow, just like that, all the way back, all the way down. And that should be it for that one. We'll let that sit up a little bit. Maybe wipe the excess glue off like that on both sides. You can get to the other side from behind like this. Let's kind of wipe that off, right off the edge of the clamp, and let it sit up. And that should be it. Once we pull this one out of the jig here, like I said, I'll put an extra little dab right on the edge there to keep the wind and stuff from getting underneath it as it's flying through the air and pulling the feathers back. And we should be good. We should have a good arrow there. So let me let that set up, and I'll get back to you guys and show you what it looks like. Alrighty. So this third fletch should be all set up. We can pull this clamp right off, and that is a finished arrow. There you go. Hope y'all are seeing that. I don't know why that's bouncing around like that. Getting some kind of interference or something. But there you go. So now what we'll do is just take a little bit of this glue, and right at the forward edge here, we're just going to dab the glue on. This is hard working behind the camera like that. Put dabs of glue right on the edge there to kind of seal that up and keep the wind from getting under it and ripping them off as it's flying through the air. And then we'll let that set up, and that should be a good arrow there. That should be a good arrow. Alright, now to get the rest of them done. So we'll set this one to the side so it can dry over here and start working on the next one. Okay guys, here we are out in the yard. I got some of these arrows that I fletched earlier. I've let these things pretty much sit up all day. Got my bows out here. Got our 3D target set up down yonder. And we're gonna fling a couple of these things and make sure they fly okay. See if the fletching job that we did on them is okay. Here, let me kind of turn you guys around a little bit. Maybe put you on this side so you can actually see what's going on here. I can't tell if you can see or not. Yeah, that should be good. And let's fling a couple of these arrows. See what's what. I'm a little rusty. I was doing this a lot in the summer, but I haven't shot my bow in a while now, which is why I got to get out here and get the practice in, and I had to get some arrows. So there's a couple down there already, the ones that I was shooting last year. This is the first one of the ones that I've fletched that I'll be shooting, and I'm not too far from the target. Like I said, everything's been tuned on this thing. So I want to make sure it's shooting okay before I back up. And I definitely don't want to fling any of these arrows past that deer. Right in the heart. Let's see what we got here. And there you go. So I'm shooting a little left. Like I said, I might have to adjust that target a little bit, but they're all pretty much in there. This is the first two that I shot there, I believe. So those last four are all right there. I'm happy with that. First time I ever fletched any arrows, so they're sure flying. They're sure flying true. So I guess that's gonna be a wrap then, guys. I'm gonna have some fun and fling a couple more arrows here, and I'll catch back up with y'all later. See ya. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
I thank the stars above. I know that we're gonna make it.
It'll take all we got, we gon' make it. Show the world that I shine in our greatness. Keep it real, never gon' fake this. Till we make it, till we make it. Taking off, flying high like a spaceship. Take control, take a shot, what you waiting for? Keep it real, never gon' fake this. Till we make it, till we make it. Second verse, I'm telling you I'm ready to go, letting you know.